Go ahead.
Why don't we start with this, Christos? How long have you been in the business?
Well, believe it or not, I'm only 24 years old.
So how long?
I've started when I was around 14, so
Okay,
a little while,
interesting.
but 14
All
years
right,
old, you
so
don't really.
tell us how it happened to you at 14 when, most guys were, just getting interested in
Yeah, I mean,
girls,
I had
sports.
no.
You were a gambler at 14.
Yeah, well, you have no idea what you're doing at 14, do you? And I never really knew what the trading was. And I actually first got introduced to trading. It sounds silly, but I was seeing a girl at the time, and her dad was a commodities trader, and
Okay.
he was mainly focused on oil. And I remember, he had the latest cars, he had a massive house. There was only four of them, and they lived in a massive 8-bedroom house. And I always wondered what he did for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And I always asked her, but she never had no clue. She always said, "Oh, Dad just sits at home all day on his computer, like shouting at screens and stuff." So when I was round there one night, I happened to walk past his home office, and he was sitting there. I mean, I remember it clear as day today. He had six. What was it? 620? No, he had 12 24-inch monitors to the left of him, and in front of him he had two 32-inch monitors. I think I stood there for a good 5 minutes, and then he actually caught me watching him, and then he invited me to like come in, sit down, and watch him. And it was like at that moment, kind of fell in love with the game.
Interesting.
I mean,
Did he take it further and mentor you?
Yeah, he did. So he was my mentor, and
Okay.
so obviously at 14 I was still at school, and we kind of agreed that he 3 days a week after school I could go round and he would teach me what he knows, and kind of take me under his wing.
Wow.
And
was he a successful trader?
He was,
well,
yeah.
He had to be from what you said he accumulated. So
yeah, I mean,
wow, what a break to find someone like that compared to people having to have a very keen eye for discernment with a lot of the junk that's around on the internet today.
Yeah,
you were
there
lucky.
is a lot of,
you were lucky, bro.
I was very lucky, but I did lose contact with him after a while. And
you shouldn't have broke. You should have married her.
Oh, I did try, Dale, but unfortunately they moved to America.
Oh, okay.
So all right. I remember.
But I mean, it's kind of early to propose at 14.
Oh yeah, I mean, I probably
maybe you go steady.
I probably had a bar of chocolate and a packet of crisps to my name. So
yeah,
not sure that would have done anything.
Okay, so then 14. Take us a little further down the road, and you're probably finished school. And did you have any other kind of vocation before trading became your full-time thing at the ripe old age of 24?
It was always trading that I wanted to do. And after I lost contact with them, I actually got back in contact with him when I was 18. Somehow he emailed me out of the blue just to see how I was. So I kind of got back into contact with him. And this bit goes back to what you say, Dale, about having a community of traders, bouncing ideas off of each other. I think he had about 7 people that he was actively talking to every day. I mean, these guys were big boys. Apart from my small account, I think the smallest account that was in their group was £250,000 in their trading account. So I did learn a lot from them, and I remember asking them loads of questions, throughout the whole day, and they'd be happy to help me, sharing ideas with each other. So I did learn a lot, and it sounds silly, but what they'd done wasn't anything difficult. They used no indicators. It was just supply and demand through support and resistance, trend lines, Fibonacci, and price action study through the candlesticks. And they were scalpers, so they was really in and out of the market, nothing too crazy.
Okay, so you hung out with them, and did you go get a formal job at a trading desk or anything like that? So I know you have your own. Go ahead.
I actually went to university and studied finance, investment, and risk just to further my knowledge. I mean, it wasn't nothing to do with actually teaching you how to trade and, how to enter, how to analyze the markets. It was more to do with the economic side, the fundamentals side, analyzing a company's balance sheets and what have you.
All that useless stuff, right?
Yeah, basically all the useless stuff.
Right. Okay, so go ahead.
I think it was 2014. I just started to tweet my ideas on Twitter. I think it got a big following, and from there, people started to ask me, like, what's your thoughts on the markets? What do you think is going to happen here? So I started to produce some reports, and then here we are today. People are paying for it. I can't complain. So, and then trading as well. It's been very kind to me. But I actually remember in my early days where my chart had every single indicator you could imagine, MACD, RSI, stochastics, and it got to a point where I couldn't even see the price on the chart. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking, what am I actually trading here? Because you can't see the price. And what am I actually doing? I'm just following a load of squiggly lines, not showing me anything. And for me, indicators are always lagging. So it doesn't really help me in my trading. So that's why I got rid of them, went back to the roots of what I learned.
A picture speaks 1,000 words. Let's look at your setup.
Okay. What should we look at first?
Well, first of all, let's see any chart, and then I'll know what you don't use, and we'll all know what you do use. And then anything that's on your radar that you have conviction about, I can go there.
I'm a big. Where can I put this? Okay, there we go.
There's your chart, and now it disappeared again. There it is.
There it is. Okay, so this is oil.
Okay.
And I was what was it, a few weeks ago when we was hitting this resistance zone here.
That was last Monday.
My subscribers and the few other traders that I talked to. And I remember saying that I can actually see the market like retracing from here, not breaking above. And we actually, in my report, we used the 52.95 handle as a pivot level. This orange one here, just below the 61.8 Fibonacci. And I remember we had a short position below here. Didn't catch too much of a profit because I did exit early. But I still think that oil is going to come down much lower.
47.
And let's zoom out here. Well, once we break this zone here, the 50.96, 49.34.
What are the gray boxes and white boxes?
Okay, so the grey boxes are just my support and resistance. The dark grey boxes.
Okay.
Those are my zones and levels that I'm trading from. And if we can break below here, I could definitely see the market, coming to test the 43.77, 41.15 down here. I can see.
Okay.
See that happening.
So what if you're flat now? What do you do?
We've got shit off here, broke out of the.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I understand. Well, yeah. So you're flat the market now. You have a bearish view. What do you tell your subscribers to do now? Have a toe in the water, or wait for a reflex rally to do something?
Well, last week it was a sell off of the pivot of the 52.95 here. It was a sell off this level here. We actually tested it as resistance after we broke below, and now we're seeing the sell off to come lower. But if you're actually fat now, I wouldn't be selling just here. I mean, there's a bit of support here. If I just quickly draw a little, just from like around this area, there is some support there.
Do you follow any correlations in the oil, like Canada or?
I do follow oil and dollar.
Oil and the dollar, or the Canadian dollar?
Oil and the Canadian dollar. So dollar CAD, that currency pair. That's inversely correlated.
And how about the stock indices, which in the fall and winter they both fell apart together? You seen that type of correlation? Do you pay attention to it?
Yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to the actual correlation. I mean, I just trade from I don't know where the market's going to definitely go. It's all about confluence for me. The more things that point into the same direction, the better. And then my entries come off like studying the price action from the candlesticks. I mean, I'll scale down right to the 5-minute chart before I enter my trades. Analyze on the higher time frames, enter on the 5-minute. So if we actually see here is actually a small head and shoulders forming on oil. So a break below this.
We're doing it right now.
Like light grey box here, that small support. Yeah, we will break lower, and I can see that happening. So I am waiting to get another short position in, but we might take it live in this webinar. We don't know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so pretty much you just use supply demand zones and fibs. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I like to keep it nice and simple, and what works for me works for me. It doesn't necessarily work for everyone, but everyone has their own trading style. And I think that's what's so interesting about trading. You know, you can give everyone the same chart on the same time frame, and everyone's going to come to almost a different conclusion just from the way they analyze the market.
Okay. So besides oil, anything else on your radar you want to share with us?
Yeah, if I just go back to oil again, I actually had this screenshot from just before we was testing the resistance zone here, and I actually said that we can, so you can see the projected movement that I'm looking to happen. So once we break below there, I can see to come down to this support zone and then push above higher if we can stay above them.
Okay, so just a shade under 50 is what you're looking. Okay.
Yeah. So hitting here, I will, like, you know, I'm just looking for this movement to happen here, but as of right now, it is looking very bearish.
Okay.
Like,
so
another
couple bucks, and it'll be in your buy zone from here.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Cool. So you trade pretty naked, and you're in Cyprus. So I hope you keep the.
Oh no, I'm actually in London. I don't live in Cyprus.
Oh, okay. You're in London. Well,
yeah, unfortunately,
trading naked, you should still keep your shades drawn.
Yeah.
You don't want to freak out anyone who is trying to learn how to trade, and.
Oh no, of course not.
You're trading naked.
Yeah.
Could do that. So. Yeah. Okay. So, Christos, it seems like you have a handle on it for, gosh, I mean, you started at 14. But let me ask you this. When you went into it full time, and it's only been about, what, you say 3 years, pretty much full time?
No, full time. I was trading full time whilst I was still at university. I mean, the subscription service was going whilst I was at university as well.
Okay.
So I'd say from about, 6 years from when I was 18, they actually started full time with my own account. And I made a lot of money and I lost a lot of money. And I did start to doubt myself. Everyone has the doubts, it's too hard. Can this actually happen? And, yeah.
That's a question I have. I mean, people go to universities, they get degrees, but, a lot of people have unrealistic expectations that, they could learn this in 6 months. I ask everyone, how many years did it really take for you to feel proficient and have breakthroughs and learn to trade more consistently? How many years was it for you?
When I was consistently, I won't count the years between 14 and 18. I mean, those were like, the learning, the car was still in the garage, so to speak.
Right. Okay.
I was still getting tuned up. Okay. So I'd say from 18 till 21. No, 22. So 4 years.
That's the average answer I get.
Yeah, 4 years it really took to harp down, and the sleepless nights, 5 hours sleep a night on average, constantly thinking about the markets, spend your whole life on the markets really, and it becomes an obsession, doesn't it?
It can.
I mean, I still wake up in the middle of the night, check my phone for prices.
Mm-hmm. So, for a lot of people, though, trading is what we do, not who we are. So tell me about something else that you guys, or other instruments that you are paying attention to.
Just looking at the Dow.
Okay.
Oh, if I can get it to stay on this screen. There we go. So I'm looking at this orange level here I've been looking at since last week, looking to buy on a break above to actually target the 25,440 and the 25,638 up here. So I was short below here once we got the break out of the trend line support and the rejection off the resistance, but I don't think that I still think that the US market can go higher. I mean, for me, as long as we stay above this support zone here, the 24,885 to the 24,670, I can see us pushing higher. So once we get a break above here, I will be looking to enter long just as a small scalp, just to this zone here where I'll be looking to exit my trade.
Okay.
But then you can, again, another head and shoulders pattern. And it sounds stupid because they are such a simple pattern, but I do rely on the head and shoulders pattern a lot. And it is a very profitable pattern for me.
So you're looking for a rally to form a head, and what's happening to the left will end up being a shoulder.
Yeah. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder forming here.
Oh, okay. So you think we're in a right shoulder here?
Yeah, I think this is going to become a right shoulder here.
Okay,
yeah, definitely.
But not if it closes as long as we can stay.
Yeah, but if we can break above here, then obviously we're going to take out the head here.
Okay.
And then look to go higher. I mean, you've got your higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low possible here. So a new higher high above there. So if that right shoulder does form, I mean, as long as the market can stay above here, we can go higher. But a break below there, I mean, the neckline is roughly here 24836. But for the head and shoulders pattern, I do like to expand the neckline into a support zone instead of having one defined level. I find it reacts better and it's a more profitable way to trade the pattern. And I mean, that's just what I've found out over the years.
Okay.
So below this zone, I'll be looking to short into here.
Okay. So a pair that a lot of people are having a hard time with, and I've seen some super bullish counts. No, US dollar yen. I mean, it's easier to have a view. I mean, what do you do with it? Nothing, right?
I'm not doing nothing with it. I mean, after the large spike down, when was it, on the third?
Oh yeah, the flash crash.
Yeah, flash, the big finger.
Right. Okay. So then let's go to the euro or the dollar index and tell us what you're seeing there.
I could go, if I go to, so I just got trying to sort my screens out and drag it across. If I go, no, not that one. Okay, so let me.
So you kind of feel like a matador when you're trading, because I saw the bull. The bull is your, kind of your, what do they call those? I was up all night. Kind of your logo. Logo.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So
for the logo, I mean, the half bull and the half bear, that's where Torosso comes from, because in Spanish, toro means bull, oso means bear. So put it together as Torosso.
Oh, I like it. Creative. Nice.
So, yeah.
All right. So what do you see in here? Dixie.
I can test on the Dixie. So the traders that I talk to, the small community that I have, when we're bouncing ideas off each other, we was looking to long off the bounce. We missed this bounce off the trend line and the support zone here. So we actually got in long here. So we had a pin bar on the daily time frame.
Yeah. So are you looking for?
Are you looking bullish price?
I was kind of thinking right around here, 97, 97.10 might be it for some type of pullback. But we could just blow to new highs too.
I wouldn't be looking to buy. Yeah, definitely. So we could see another pullback testing the trend line support again, where a bounce come and test the upper trend line resistance into this resistance zone. But to be honest with you, I would be looking.
Okay, you're breaking up below. Lost you. Can't hear you, Chris.
Just short around here.
Okay.
I mean, Hello.
Your mic keeps cutting in and out. Why don't we do this, Chris? Why don't you tell us about your why don't you tell us about your business model and how people could that are watching you right now or see the video later can get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can let's get the website up.
So I have Chris's
again
Twitter handle.
So yeah, just
Christos Caroso. That's his Twitter handle. And your website address?
You can email me at info
at Torosso. Okay. All right. And that's your website. Website address is www.torosso. What do you have? .co.uk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Chris. I appreciate it. Was nice to meet you.
And you, Dan. Thank you for having me.
It sounds like you had a great start. You had a great, you already put in a lot of time. So at your young age, I wish you nothing but continued success, and everyone that you teach and help in the markets that you pay it forward, help them avoid landmines. And I'm going to call you from now on my trading warrior brother. So thanks for taking time out of your day to address our community today, Chris.
No problem, Dale. Thank you again for having me. It's been a pleasure.
You're very welcome. Good hunting, buddy. And that's a wrap for us, everyone. I'll see you for Turnaround Tuesday. And remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See everyone tomorrow. Good hunting the rest of the day. Adios. Thanks again, Chris.